Hey, hey! Welcome to Jupiter! But you know what? This is the end of our work season. It's warming up here, man. So this is the last time we're going to visit. I figured that we could have a bit of a rundown on what we did this winter. We did some significant stuff, but nowhere near enough. We're going to be back next winter to finish it off. Hopefully finish it off, maybe finish it off. Anyway, let me show you what we've done. We'll start with the outside. Let's have a look. As you guys know, the biggest issue that we've tackled this season is corrosion. And I think we're only halfway through removing the corrosion, which is probably less than 25% of the total job, because more than half the job is putting the paint back on to make it look pretty. So that's, yeah. All right, so we're at least halfway through removing the corrosion. You've seen this window up here that had some reasonable corrosion. This, you remember, was really big bubbles. And I've still got to get on top of that where there's the fiberglass layer and remove that to look what's happening under there, because there's something going on under there too. But the hull itself is now protected. The underwing had many spots. And so what it is, it turns out, I got in touch with another Mumby owner who built his own boat in a similar area. He built it in Philippines as well. He used the same undercoat paint as my builder and has had the same problem. It was Jotun Penguard HB undercoat, and he said it was no good, terrible. It didn't adhere well, it allowed moisture to get under the paint and cause this corrosion. So he's had similar trouble, and his boat's the same age as mine. Nothing to do with the builder, nothing to do with the design, it was the paint. And this happens all the time. What may have been a great brand or a great product, they change the recipe on you, and you know, it's no longer what you thought it was. As you can see, plenty of touch-ups where the corrosion has been removed. I've actually found a couple more little, tiny little bits that I missed. So when I come back in the winter, I'll address those as well. What we're gonna do, so this is not just a wrap up of what we've done, this is what we've still got to do as well. The V's, right? Yes, they have drain holes. Condensation gets in there. Also, the welds are only every few inches. There's areas where the V's are open. So what I'm going to do is seal them. I'm just going to get some sort of mastic and run a bead of sealant all around. Oh, that's all welded there, but around here, and try and stop any seawater getting in there. But before we do that, I'm going to drill out a 1/2 inch hole. I'm going to thread it, and I'm going to put in a plastic or a nylon drain plug, both ends of these V's. We're going to pump through some salt removing solution and water and let it drain out the other end, let it dry, and then, so I'm going to try and get rid of all the salt that's in there. We can also stick the camera, got a boroscope camera, we're going to stick that down there and have a good look, see if there's any sort of issues. Then put the plugs in, mastic it up, and hopefully no more salt water gets in there. But with those plugs in there all the time, we can check every year or so what's going on. From the little bit that I've looked inside, I don't see any corrosion. It's sort of full of mank up, stuff, but it's dry right now. So that dry is good. That's the underwing. Oh, you guys remember this one. That was exciting when it happened. If you're new here, go back and check our previous videos on what nearly sank our aluminium sailboat. Some stupid people dropped acid in the hull. I won't say who. Oh, there's one more. We have found some problems on this port side where we had some repairs done in South Africa. In Mauritius, we rubbed up against a concrete wall and we scrubbed away a bit of the bog, and I got them to rebog it and repaint it. They actually repainted the entire port side. So we had some bubbling here. and I ground it out. Found no corrosion, just bad adhesion where they had done the repairs. The bog wasn't sticking and it was starting to, bubble up. We've also got more, which I just saw the other day, under this lovely high shine gloss that we've got going on. Here, there's some here, there's a bit of cracking here. So this was rebogged as well, and it's coming away. It's coming away in several spots actually. Just hard to see with this high shine gloss that we got. Well, that's about it from the outside. Almost. I just thought of something else. Let's go on to... Oh, and there's the cutlass bearing, right? I replaced the cutlass bearing. I'm also working on the prop shaft couplings. I need to get them re-chromed, and I didn't realize this, but chroming, hard chroming, is actually very toxic to the employees, and it's not good for the environment, and it's hard to get stuff chromed these days. So still working on that one. Let's go upstairs. Corrosion on the deck. I have got done the gunnels, basically, anywhere near the outside of the boat, because that's where it is. Inside, like on the actual coach roof area, in the main deck, there's really very little corrosion. But around the horn cleats, we definitely had corrosion, and around this rudder area here. So, cut it out and coated it. That stopped the corrosive process. The challenge, though, is to make it pretty. So we'll worry about that in a few months' time. All right, on deck, we have really done much. There's not that much to do. Like, there's not really any corrosion to address here. Maybe a little bit around these hatches. I can see a little bit happening. Coach roof, none that I'm aware of. I'm gonna have a close look, of course, but none.
The mast deck.
Corrosion?
Yeah.
Where?
Just there.
Just there.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah. All right, wife just pointed out a little bit here on the mast base. So we'll look into that.
You just removed it.
Well, that's good, isn't it? Yeah, we'll look into that. That's mostly bog there, but yeah, could be bad adhesion to the bog. In here, we did a bit of work, more than I wished we'd had. As you know, under there is the hot water system. We serviced that at least twice. I think it's golden now. It's perfectly clean, and it has a new 120 volt element, which is working great. When we come back, new trampolines. First, we've got to take the tramps off to access every lip, because around the lip, we've got corrosion, because there's holes, paint edges. We've got corrosion there. And of course, the front crossbeam has got a bit of corrosion. We need to rub all that back. And I'm thinking, instead of painting it again, painting it silver, we leave it raw aluminium. We'll see. The catwalk also has got some corrosion. We'll take the catwalk. I don't know if we have to take it off, but there's 4 stainless bolts that hold the catwalk on. So there's corrosion around there. This will be the 3rd year Jupiter has been sitting here in this yard. So we've got to make sure we cover all the things that the sun's going to eat. All the plastics. Make sure the plastics are covered up, because they'll be gone otherwise when we come back. As you can see, I did this 2 years ago, and this stuff is lasting. I just ripped that off so I could get a look at it. Ropes. This plastic cover is actually shrunk in the sun. No longer does up, but also the rope makes it fat. So I don't know if this will stay, but we want to cover this rope, otherwise we're going to have burnt rope. Hey crew, did you know that there's about 60% of you guys that are returning viewers but not subscribers? It would be so helpful if you could just push that subscribe button. Doesn't cost anything, no commitments, but it would help us out an awful lot. Appreciate it. Cheers. Cockpit, we've done nothing. So that's still yet to do. We've got corrosion up here, we've got corrosion under the Traveller. That's about it in the cockpit. Oh, apart from the standard every window hatch. We've got corrosion around here, so we will do that. All right, in the saloon. I've been calling it a saloon for decades, but I've just realized in Spanish they call the lounge area the salon. I know, the salons for hair. Anyway, very similar. Oh, we've done not much. Oh, big improvement. Your remote control. The batteries. You know, the Winstons died. We did have them on the RV for a short time. Then we replaced them with the lead times. Put the Winstons back here. Found that I'd killed them by neglect. Died of a broken heart, I guess. Thankfully, we had the lead times ready to go. Plugged them in now. So I've still got to review the entire electrical system because I've still got all the BMS set up for individual cells for the Winston. So we can get rid of all that now and just simplify it a lot. So that's cool. Still other jobs we want to do in here, obviously. Nothing huge, but we did a lot of work and the priority was the bilgers. So let's go check out the bilgers. Let's get R2-D2 out of the way. Cupboard doors are still really pissing me off. These are the magnetic latch type, right? Magnetic latch. But the plate rusts. So I decided I'll paint them. So I scrubbed them all, sanded them all up, painted them so they can't rust. Now, no magnetism. Minimal anyway, it's useless. So I got to come up with some nicer way. The convenience of push, close, push, open was lovely in the beginning, but they don't last because they rust. Being magnets, it's iron, it's not stainless, and they rust. I don't want, you know, you've got the old put your finger through the hole and get the clip and pull it open thing. I don't want to deal with that, but that is an option. The other options I'm looking at are, so here's my pile of latches and rusty plates, right, that I've removed, and then I've put the new ones on, right, but it doesn't work. I did have some other brass ball type catch. Here it is. All right, so I bought some of these to try. Alignment obviously has to be perfect, but so they may last a little longer, but then I need either a finger hole to pull the cupboard open or I need a knob, and I don't want a knob on my cupboards. I think it's 48 cupboards. I mean, I won't do them all. I'll just do the big ones to start with, the big cupboard doors that have the inertia or the momentum to bang around. The little ones like these, they don't come open. It's only the big ones that do. So I think maybe, all right, let's call it 20 big ass cupboards that I'll need to put a handle or a knob or something to grip it to pull it open with. If anyone's got some elegant ideas, if anyone's used good, strong versions of these, I would prefer to just replace them. You know, I think they all come from China, but maybe there is a better quality one, better quality magnet. Let me know. Bilges. So this is our most infamous bilge, where the acid dripped and a hole was created through to the paint on the outside of the boat. I had stripped out all the plumbing, you know, just removed the plumbing so we could get to the bilge and use the nyalic and paint it down. Now I will put back the plumbing today. Put the floor back on so we can walk here. But this bilge compartment is done. 6 out of 10 are now painted with nyalic. 4 more to go. There's no active corrosion in the ones that are un-nyaliced. So when we come back, I'll paint those other 4 compartments and then that'll be done. You might notice some cupboard doors missing. Cupboard doors have suffered a problem same as our flooring. In this dry Mexico desert environment, they've warped. The moisture in the wood has changed and they've warped, and some of these floors are like bang, bang, bang when you walk on them because they've warped. That's what happens with real materials like wood. Wouldn't happen if it was like some sort of composite. But nope, this is real timber, and what I'm going to do is just put some rubber feet on the high points, and then, you know, they're not going to bang around when we walk. The doors that have warped, I took them all off, laid them all in a pile, and then put our Barracuda sewing machine on top, which is really heavy, to try and flatten it back out. Don't know if that's worked, but I haven't put the doors on yet. Over here on the starboard side, we've got this water tank issue that we've got a problem with. It is always leaking. I thought we had a water leak in the piping, and I've checked the pipes and it's dry now. It was wet, but it's dry now. Still got this water leak happening. Seems to be up around the top of the tank, but I just filled it to the brim and it didn't leak. Like rapidly, didn't leak. As if it was an open seam or something. So I'm completely dumbfounded by this. I don't know if it's some sort of capillary action because it's coming, I don't know. You can see a puddle of water there right now. To be continued. Engines. Well, there's not much to do in these engines. And that's a rare thing to say about a boat engine, isn't it? So I'll do the oils, I'll do the coolant, I'll clean out the coolant. I'm going to check the engine mounts. In fact, I'm going to do that before we leave today, because I may need to order those and it's going to take, a little while to get them. The prop coupling, I want to try and get it re-chromed. It turns out chroming is bad for your health. No, I'm not talking about the placky bag and the spray paint. That's a different thing. Also very bad for your health. But I'm talking about the normal chromed metals is becoming a thing of the past. Apparently it's very bad for the workers to be around chromium, and also bad for the environment. There may be another option. I mean, there's things like nickel plating, zinc plating, but chrome is by far the best corrosion resistance. That's about it for engines. What about our other big improvement that we've got here in the bedroom? Yeehaw! Thank you very much, Kyle from Wilderness. We love our RV mattress. This is a 8-inch Canyon model. Look how plush this is. Look at that comfort, man. That is way better than we had. We had a 6-inch piece of straight foam. Of course, it has no memory, basically. It just collapses and it stays collapsed.
Fucking hell.
I'm sorry.
I'm filming like this and then it hits the phone on my head.
This one rocks our world. We sleep so much better now. And Wilderness can do custom shapes, which is really helpful on a boat. I think that's about covers everything that we've done this work season. So that's it for the building season, or the repairing season, the rejuvenating, the renovating season. What are we gonna do now? Yeah, I know, you guys already know. RVing!
We actually miss it, right?
We do miss road tripping, man. Adventure. Not so much adventure in fixing things, but gotta be done. So yeah, we're gonna hit the road like real soon actually. We're starting to head north. It's hot down here. It's too hot in Arizona now. We're gonna have to get up into the highlands, the high deserts at least, and gonna end up in Utah, and we're finally gonna see some of the national parks in Utah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been to Utah, but we didn't see any of the parks. We're gonna go see Bryce Canyon, next week. So we're looking forward to that. That looks amazing.
Yeah.
So our plan is to head way north, way north. We're going to Vancouver.
Yeah.
Well, August, September, we have to renew our work visas outside the US. So Vancouver it is. We're going to see a bit of British Columbia. Maybe we'll do 2 months in British Columbia. So that'll be lovely. Our plan is to be back on Jupiter by about October, when the temperatures are good enough to keep chugging along at this work. And on the way up there, we're going to do the coast. We've done the mountains, we've done Yosemite, we've done Yellowstone, we've done, what's the one in between that we love? Grand Tetons.
Grand Teton.
Right, so we've done that, but we've not done the coast. And what we're actually going to be looking for is a new home for Jupiter. Somewhere Northern California, Oregon or Washington is the most likely that we'll find a new home for Jupiter. When he's back on the water, where are we going to put him? And then where are we going to sort of base ourselves? Because yes, we'll be sailing again once Jupiter's back on the water, but we ain't going too far. We may stay either the west coast of the USA, or we may go back through the Panama Canal. It's always an option. And because we want to put Jupiter into charter.
Yeah.
And we don't know where we can do that yet. Like we say, if we find some special place that maybe Jupiter can just do day trips, or maybe it's just booze cruises somewhere in the Oregon coast, maybe. Or the Sea Cortez, like Jacques Cousteau says, it's the aquarium of the world. Maybe we can do like week-long adventure cruises seeing the animals.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's amazing. So there's a chance of charter for Jupiter there. One place we've already done charter was in Panama. The Sandblast Islands in Panama, we've already done some charters there, and Jupiter could make some reasonable money.
Yeah, but we need a crew.
But we need crew to drive it. I'll be working, of course, so
Yeah.
we'll be looking for crew. So if any of you guys know some inside information on running a charter boat in any of these locations, send us a message, because we have no experience in it really, as far as setting up a legal operating business and the costs involved, especially if it's in a foreign country, Mexico, Panama, whatever. Even the US, if someone's got some experience with running a charter operation in the US, West Coast, let us know. We'd love to have a chat with you guys. Ultimately, that's the goal for Jupy. Maybe next year,
No.
maybe the end of next year.
Yeah, because got lots to do.
We're going to try and get all the work done on Jupiter where he needs to be out of the water done before we leave this boatyard. Some other things, we can do it when we're on the water. You know, there's no big deal about that. But let's try and get this corrosion work done where we're doing sandblasting and some spray painting, try and get that done in the boatyard. But we can still keep doing some smaller jobs when we're in the water. Well guys, we're gonna see you with Momo and Nali RVing, heading up to Utah.
This is our last day for this season, and we're leaving Mexico today and leave Jupy for 6 months. Be a good boy, Jupy.
Look at me.
What did you do?
I'm gonna miss my boy.
Yeah. Oh! Someone's looking at you.
Oh, you're my boy?
Yeah.
Okay. Well then I don't care.
This is the big boy. You're the little boy.
Well, we'll see you in the fall, big fella. Hopefully you're somewhere where we can have electricity that runs the
Yeah.
compressor. And we'll try and finish you up. Maybe even get your butt wet.
Yay!